morning,
Hello.
good afternoon, good evening,
and good late night.
Whatever time you're listening to the soulful sounds of Cue the Chaos.
Come on in. Enjoy the cool waters.
I'm your co-host, one of your co-hosts for the evening, Alex Hines, and my lovely co-host right here with me,
Marcus Merritt.
And we are going to bring to you all the tea on RHOA.
So let's get into it. So it's been a minute since we've recorded. I think we both have just been super busy. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of the fans, like our listeners, like quadrupled over the last couple of weeks, which is amazing. We've got a lot of new subscribers on YouTube. We got a lot of people commenting on our TikTok page. So thank y'all so much for all of the support and love. It really makes us happy. Heart hands.
Heart hands. I'm doing mine. But you guys just can't see it.
But besides that, I mean, in the interim, has anything been going on with you, Alex?
Well, I mean, a lot's been going on. Let's not be coy. So, I mean, you guys are always tuning in because everybody wants to know about RHOA. And we've been busy and not recording because all things RHOA. There's a lot of shifting and moving behind the scenes. And, we just want to be good. We want to be good.
Employees of the NBC
so the
Bravo
narrative now
family.
changes. The narrative now changes. We love Bravo.
We love Bravo.
We love the show. We
Thank
love
you,
the
truly.
direction. Just call us binge worthy. We're just gonna have a narrative now. No shade.
No shade.
No, we actually
all tea.
We love Justin, though. We absolutely
we do.
We really do. We really do.
No,
Justin is a binge-worthy is a friend of the show.
Yes.
To binge-worthy.
Cheers to you.
Here, girl. Toot.
But no, we've just been super busy and really just super excited for the mid-season trailer that came out. I mean, I know.
Oh my God, we're so late on talking about it.
We're so late on talking about it.
But you guys just don't even understand how I don't even know how much we can say, but
well, let's break down. This is what we should do. Let's break down the mid-season trailer. We can tease what we know we're allowed to talk about, and then let's just dive into what we think the rest of the season's gonna be. Because at the end of the day, too, we always say we only know the part that we filmed, the part that the girls told us about, the things that we're in the know about. But there's always so much that we don't know, right? So sometimes, I mean, honestly, most of the time we're watching it as a fan of you, just like y'all are at home trying to understand the shifting dynamics and the different things that are happening in the different scenes. So where do we start at the beginning of the mid-season trailer? I think it started pretty much with Phaedra popping right
in. So Phaedra is going to be popping.
Phaedra's back, y'all.
We have been waiting for Faye forever, essentially.
How do you feel?
I feel like I am interested to see what personality Phaedra's going to bring. So if we're going to be completely transparent, I love Phaedra. I think Phaedra is a super...
she's a superstar.
She's a talented businesswoman and she's a superstar. I heard a good friend of hers say that Phaedra Parks took lemons and turned them into chocolate cake. Because I mean, nobody's pretty much done a comeback. Don't call it a comeback because it's a takeover, honestly. And great for her. However, I don't want her bringing back that bullshit Southern Belle bacon jam and being a religious attorney. I object for Jesus. I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Because, girl, if you got this blonde bust down middle part down to your coochie crack, the personality needs to match the hair.
Yeah, I feel that. And I mean, my opinion, I'm excited to see Phaedra just because I think that her time on Married to Medicine, we didn't really get to see.
We didn't see her at all.
She didn't feel comfortable around those girls. I think enough to really let her hair down and really let them dive into really getting to know her. I think Housewives is where she's familiar. She knows Portia. She knows Cynthia. She knows Shamia. So she's already coming into, I think, territory where she feels comfortable, right? So I think we're going to see a lot better, well-rounded side of her this go around than had we stuck around and waited for a different narrative. So
I agree. I do think I hope we're going to get a funner, more authentic side of her. I think that always makes for great television viewing when you get authenticity. I feel like I sound so stuffed up and nasally. I feel like I sound like Brit tonight.
No.
I mean, is it giving Brit? Is it giving Brit?
Is it giving Brett?
Is it giving Brit?
Mike.
Can
I get this Porsche?
Mike.
I get my leg in the air.
Can I get this Ferrari? Mike.
Yeah. Look at my pasties.
Let me tell you, it's almost as if all the girls this season got like a Groupon for the same doctor.
They did. The name nose job. Yeah, it was really weird.
Yeah, it was. But is that the new thing? Oof.
Nose jobs?
I guess.
I don't know. I'm just going to keep this big clunker I got, baby.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Fun fact, Nene and I shared the same nose when she had the second nose. I have her second nose.
You have Nene's second nose.
Well, she had my nose for her second nose. Because I was born with this nose. She chiseled down that first nose and her second, or it might have been her third nose. I don't know. She had,
Yeah, she had a couple.
She had a couple.
She had a couple nose jobs.
Just
there.
a few.
But yeah.
She definitely had a punch card, 5th one free.
Oh my God.
Or 10th one free.
Nene had a good amount of plastic surgery, actually. When you really think about it, when you look at Nene's first season to where...
They don't even look like the same woman. They don't even look like they're related.
Not even the same person.
They don't even look like they're related.
Yeah.
I mean, it's two totally different people. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, though, the same could be said about a lot of the cast members. Like, I remember they showed a flashback clip somewhere in the season at some point of Portia. And, I mean, she was always still Portia in the face, but the body was, like, just straight up and down.
Portia's body is not what it was today.
She is giving by D. She is Portia the Stallion at this point, you know. Like, she was not giving that back then.
She was not. She was giving petite, tiny. She was giving juniors and midsection.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
And now she's definitely she's been doing the donkey booty workout.
Yes, the donkey booty. But yeah, no, so that was kind of the first part of the trailer. Obviously, we see in Phaedra, her reintroduction with the group, and her boyfriend, Czech, who we saw on Married to Medicine. How real do we feel this relationship is?
So, I think that the relationship is very real for what it is. And I think that people, i.e. the fans, think that it's more than what it is. And honestly, I just think Phaedra is having a good time and fucking this young man.
Yeah.
And I feel like at the Oakley Foundation Gala... at the Dollar Store Super Center Extravaganza.
Lord.
Black tie extravaganza. No tie extravaganza. Whatever you want to call
Whatever
it.
you want to call that.
Whatever you want to call that.
Yeah.
When I was there at the Omni, when I was over there at that hotel with them, I mean, I feel like their sexual tension was very palpable. I mean, palpable. I mean, it was just...
Every couple of seconds, he was touching her.
They were touching each other.
Yeah, they were.
It was giving legs.
It
what
was.
Is it?
Legs and hips and body. So, no, they were definitely vibing. They were.
So I think it's real, but I think it's real limited to what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think she's trying to do anything other than what she's doing with this.
I don't even know, honestly, if I could see Phaedra getting married again.
I don't think that's Phaedra's lot in life.
No.
I think Phaedra's done what she needed to do, and now she's just going to be a boss.
Yeah. So that was kind of the
I
first
take that
part.
back. I do see her getting married.
Oh.
I see her doing a Stanberry, a Caroline Stanberry. And I can see by the time those boys are grown, her going and getting her a little young man that she'll go ahead and marry.
But not the one she's with now.
It's going to be a new young one.
Okay. All right.
Because that one's going to be too old.
Okay, you heard it here first. So,
I'll be at your wedding, Faye Faye.
and then, I would love to get an invite, Faye.
Oh, I hope she has the ballerina dancers.
Oh, yes.
And the rhinestones
around the eyelashes.
Oh, it would be such a cultured experience.
Yes, the roses in the hair.
The roses in the hair. All of
We need all of it.
All of that.
And hopefully Dwight's the one that's organizing it. Oh my God!
Gosh, the events on RHOA used to be so amazing.
So amazing, right?
Like the girls and gays, all white seafood soiree.
Never forget. Like what? The name itself was just wild. The name was just wild.
I need to have one of those.
Remember when Kim Fields had that like beatless brunch and nobody came? Beatless, like bitch, everybody had what they call the light beat on.
I was like, baby, I'm showing up on these cameras, and these cameras show everything.
They show everything, baby. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. Yeah, no. That's funny. But yeah, so we got Phaedra down. The second part of the mid-season trailer that I thought was interesting was obviously the Portia and Shamia of it all, right? Mm-hmm. So it's clear that Shamia has been Portia's friend for over 20 years. Shamia came onto this platform as Portia's friend, was actually cast as an official friend of, I believe, season 8 or 9. So she's always been in the circle. She's also close with Candy. But Shamia, I feel like, has always been a Portia rider.
What Phaedra
do? She's always been a Portia rider. And it's just interesting that now, in the one season, that Shamia is kind of obviously more in the spotlight because she is a housewife. So do you think that Shamia is feeling some type of way that Portia's not really supporting her because now she is a full-time housewife on the show and not just a friend of and not just a guest of and not just a plus one? Or do you think it's something else?
I do think that I've always felt, and I feel like I've always said this, that since Shamia had the husband with all the money, and I feel like all of the things that every girl wants, not even just Portia, that Portia, that what in her eyes would kept them equal is the fact that she had the show, and she was the star of the show. And, excuse me, Coca-Cola. And I don't know. I don't feel like Portia would not have wanted Shamia to be on the show. However, I just don't think Portia wanted Shamia to be the star of the show. But I also think that there's a lot of things that we don't know about their friendship.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I think there's a lot that we don't know. I think that Shamia has presented herself a certain way to be considered likable on the show. And I mean, I don't think that that's a bad thing. Who doesn't? I mean, everybody wants to look like they're in a good light. But I just feel like Shamia and Portia have been friends for this long, and the old saying is birds of a feather flock together. So if you feel any way about Portia, somebody that she's been friends with almost 30 years, I guarantee you, is very similar in her actions and things that, you know, they like to do. I mean, me, you know, when I was hanging out with Patrick when we were best friends, you know, I mean, we literally did all of the same things. Like, everything we did was like, we did everything together.
I mean, I'm out of business together. So, literally, So, like, I mean, it makes sense. I actually think it's even one level deeper than that. And I think that Portia thought... No, bitch. Not that deep. Not that deep. Not that deep. Let me clarify. No, I think that Portia thought that her and Shamia were going to come on the show and be freaking frack 2.0. They were going to be the girls. They're the friends. They were going to be what Mia and Jacqueline on Potomac should have been. You know, like, this is my longtime friend. I'm bringing her on. We going to ride this shit. We going to read the girls down together. Like, we going to be Bonnie and Clyde. Like, let's do it. And it didn't come off that way. And I don't know if it didn't come off that way because I want to be careful the way I say this this is just my opinion, so let me make that clear. I don't know if there was people in Shamia's head, in her ear on the other side, telling her, separate yourself from Portia, stand on your own 2 feet, make sure people know your own presence, instead of really leaning into the friendship with Portia, but still obviously being able to show herself. Does that make sense?
No, it does. And I don't even think it was so much that there were other people in her ear so much so as what everybody knows of Portia and Shamia's friendship is what they've seen on television. Mm-hmm. Nobody else knows the intricate workings of the dynamic.
Yeah.
So I feel like all of these girls have an opinion on their relationship based off of what they have seen on the show, not what they actually know.
Yeah.
So I do feel like it's easier for people who don't really know you but know of you to hype your head up and change your perception in these situations. Because I will say, I never knew that Portia went to Shamia's Atlanta wedding. I thought she only had a wedding in Kenya and just didn't go to that wedding. But now knowing she had an Atlanta wedding and Portia was in it and a part of it, I was like, that kind of changes the narrative to me on the whole, she didn't go to her wedding.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you got married here and had a wedding in Brazil to your fiance, more than likely, you're only getting me at one wedding. I mean, I'm just going to be honest.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know.
I get it. I
don't know. I think it's a skewed narrative, and I think Shamia is riding the wave because she knows that the narrative makes her look good, and I think that's what's now upsetting Portia, the reason why she's kind of just giving off this, okay, bitch, like, you my girl, so I'm not going to say nothing, and I'm not going to go off, but
what are we doing?
What are we doing? And that's the energy I'm getting from Portia.
Yeah.
Not so much that Portia is just like not caring about the friendship. I think she's not caring about the friendship as it relates to Real Housewives.
Yes, I agree. And I think that too, that let's be honest, we've all watched these shows for years and years and years, and all the housewives have their seasons where they're up and their seasons where they're down, and for Portia, maybe this is not her best season, she came in almost with 2 broken legs, she couldn't film at her house, she couldn't film with Simon, she was going through a divorce, she couldn't talk about this, so she was kind of crippled a little bit from the beginning as far as what it relates to, like, really showing your real life. So I am totally down to give her that pass on that and be like, hey, I get it. And like next year, like, let's level up, I just think that it's frustrating that Shamia as her friend is not kind of recognizing that too, which she sees it just like we do. So that's my opinion on it. And I agree with a lot of what you said as well. It's deeper than just the show. It's
definitely deeper than the show.
It's other moving parts.
I can tell you guys 100% for a fact. It's definitely deeper than the show.
Yeah.
It's definitely deeper. I mean, I think anybody can just look at that and tell. But in case you couldn't, I am telling you, it's deeper than this show.
Yeah.
It's deeper than this show.
So,
next up we have, I think what everybody wants to know about,
is who was that man Angela was fighting at the gala? Charles was running after him.
You leave him alone. You're a horrible person.
How could you do this to me? Oh, baby. Angela been taking the acting classes that Drew go to, baby.
Honey, Michael Boyd, best acting coach in Atlanta.
Yes, baby. We gonna see you on Tubi next week.
Watch Angela really be in the Tubi movie next
I can
week.
see her being in the Tubi movie.
If Angela get on a Tubi movie, I'm gonna be so mad.
You know,
that's on my bucket list is to do a Tubi film. It is.
Oh my God.
And I keep telling Lyrica to hook me up with Marcus Houston and them because she does all the Tubi movies.
Really?
That bitch has been in like 12 Tubi movies. I'm like, girl, if you don't get me in a Tubi movie, and I just want to I don't even. First of all, I'm not that dedicated, I feel like, to even do like a whole movie.
Scene, yeah.
Like, I just want like a good scene
or two.
Like, let me be an interaction that's not forgettable.
Yeah.
But after that, I can just go away.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be in the whole movie.
Okay.
I just want to see myself in a TV movie.
Yes.
I do. And I specifically want one of those all black B, C, D list cast movies.
Yes.
I want it to be like Erica Mena, Marcus Houston. I want all of the Tubi superstars, and I'm gonna be in a Tubi film. So if you know anybody who can make my Tubi dreams happen, if I just need to manifest it right here, right now on this platform, before y'all put Angela Oakley in a Tubi film, please call me. I will work real cheap.
But see, the thing about Angela Oakley, she can just play herself, and they're gonna pay her the same amount of money. See,
I can breathe out of both of my nostrils. Can she do that? No, I'm just joking. No shade. No
the hair budget will be a lot cheaper.
Facts. I don't need a wig. I'm a bald-headed hoe. I'm just rocking it the way it goes.
But no, so obviously,
actually, I'm not a bald-headed hoe. However, the mystery man in that trailer was.
Baby, them hymns for him is not working for me.
I was like, not that they didn't pull
Not
her
pull her
wig
out.
and just left her whole just bald. Let me tell you.
But no, so it leads up to the last 40 seconds of the trailer where they're in Grenada and Angela says that Charles never wears his wedding ring when she goes out. And that was the comment where you heard it and you already knew it was about to shift to another direction.
You already knew.
And it pops up with the finale at the gala. I guess, can you even call it a gala? Let's be honest, y'all. I'll say this. The gala, I think this has already been in the press.
I feel like you can talk about the gala.
Yes, okay.
I'm totally
so the gala was for Charles Oakley's foundation to help raise money to send kids to basketball camp.
No, it's absolutely not. What we are not going to do is play with charity.
I don't know.
We are going to do lots of things, and we are always going to be messy, but we will.
No, I don't know what it was for. I was being honest.
We're always going to be serious when it comes to charity.
No,
so
for
the
real.
Oakley Foundation's gala that night was definitely a really great thing. They had the founder of oh my god, I just drew a blank.
I really was not being messy. I just genuinely didn't know what it was for because, oh my god, I didn't know.
I feel so terrible. I just had a blank.
But
Meals on Wheels.
That's a great.
They had the CEO or owner or founder of whoever she was. I'm so sorry. I wasn't paying that close attention. But she was really high up in the Meals on Wheels Foundation, especially here in Atlanta. And the whole goal was that I think they were trying to feed 5,000 or 100,000 kids. So
okay, bitch. It's a difference between
kids.
5 to 100.
Look, bitch, I was being shady the whole night. I don't
Alex
remember.
Also, y'all, was drinking a lot of martinis that night. That's why bitches were actually trying to fight me.
Bravo had a top shelf. The Housewives had a top shelf open bar. I was 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 martinis in.
Yes.
I really don't even remember.
He
However, it was about feeding a lot of families and or children specifically. And it's a great cause. The Oakley Foundation. All of the information is out there on the internet. I don't know where your donations will go.
Okay, golf clap.
It's not toothless.
So, I like I said, I wasn't being shady. I just genuinely didn't know the information about the gala. I just know that the gala presented as if it was put together at the last minute.
The gala was put together at the last minute.
Okay.
I was inside the gala.
Okay. I was outside the gala. They didn't allow me inside. But we'll talk about that later.
I was inside it. And I think all of you have seen my tweets and Instagram from the night at the gala.
Yes.
And if you haven't, I'm sure you could go find
it. It was giving, the budget was low. It was giving, we hired somebody off Craigslist last night. It was giving...
Not Craigslist. They could have at least...
The Zaxby's party platters didn't show up, so we worked out another option. It was not giving money. I wasn't feeling wealth. I wasn't feeling anything.
There was no decor, so it was really giving... the lowest wedding package you could get at I take that back. It wasn't giving the lowest wedding package. It was giving the medium tier wedding package at the Omni Hotel. Mm-hmm. So it was giving, we're gonna put a bouquet on every table. Mm-hmm. We use spraying to do the chicken or the beef option. Mm-hmm. And then you spent your most money on your open bar, and then the slide. I don't know if the slideshow they probably put together. I feel like those were the 2 most expensive things in the whole evening.
So it was really interesting. I'll say this much, and then we'll leave it at that as far as this goes. Alex was inside the gala. I was outside the gala. So we both had 2 different interactions of how the night was going, correct?
But as far as the part that you see in the trailer, all of that is
after
After
the
everything
gala's
happens
over.
in the gala.
Yes.
We waited till we all knew how to act at the charity, and then after it was over, when we moved outside, we then at that point did not know how to act.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's what you didn't see in the clip.
Pretty much. Yep. Yeah. So it was what. Okay, so let's actually do this. What did you feel about everybody's fashion that night? What did you feel from what we saw in the trailer, from what we saw on social media? Who had the best fashion? Who had the worst fashion?
In person, since I had a really early call time for some odd reason that day. I got to see everybody's fashions as they came in, and best dress was definitely Phaedra. I don't care what you see on the show. Cameras and just in person are just always two different things.
Two different things.
Best dress was definitely Phaedra. Worst dress would probably be Drew, for sure.
I don't know.
Drew was worst dress.
I go back and forth. I think that...
Drew was worst dress.
Okay, so I'll have my opinion.
You don't even need to have an opinion. Drew was the worst dress.
I'm going to say I think Portia was actually the best dress. I loved her gold dress. I thought it looked really pretty. I also thought Cynthia looked great. For me... I'm sorry, worst dress girl, Shamia. She had that hood on, remember?
Shamia,
and we were like, what? Yeah.
Shamia looked a mess.
Shamia, I love you, girl. But
I do too.
It was not
Let
giving.
me tell you, Shamia's going to do one of two things. Shamia is going to throw on a fucking knee-high boot. Shamia loves her a good old Mary J. boot.
She do.
She going to throw her on a boot. And I kind of love that. I love that that's kind of low-key her thing.
Yeah,
I'm not even going to lie. Shamia's going to throw on a boot,
Yep.
honey. And Shamia is going to throw on just something else to throw you off. A cape, a hat. It's like, you going to get the boot, and then you going to get something else. It's like, you can just expect that boot. And something else, and you just be like, okay, Shamia. But I don't know. It's what I love about a person, even if they don't have what's quote unquote the best style, is a person who has authentic style. Yeah, and you can tell she authentically wears what she likes, what she wants, and what she feels she looks good in. Yeah. So I feel like even though it's not always like the pinnacle of fashion, she still always rocks everything she wears. Yeah. So I personally did not like her outfit either. The hood was too much. The bolero blazer jacket, the shit was ugly. I'm just gonna be, I'm gonna be real with you, girl. You and Drew tied for the worst outfit that night, and I love you, Shamia, and I love most. No, I'm not even gonna say that. I love you, girl.
But yeah, no, that was my opinion on it. I did think too, if we switch to the men too, because a lot of the men were there. Obviously, we met Britt's husband.
Me, I was best dressed.
You think you were best dressed? I thought I looked cute.
No, let me just.
You didn't like my checker jacket?
Honestly, the other gay in the room was the best dressed.
Me?
No, Britt's husband.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Bitch, I'm gagged.
Allegedly.
But you know, at one point, he was like a little worried about me because me and Britt were having we were having a cute kiki in the corner.
I don't know anything about this man.
And he walked up on me and said,
I do not think this man is
baby,
gay.
you good?
I've never gotten gay vibes from him.
No, not at all.
I'm just being shady. I do not think he is gay.
Not at all.
Let me tell you.
I don't even know why the internet's saying that.
I don't know why they're saying it either. I don't believe any of the rumors. I do not think he's gay at all.
I think these gays just be thirsting because they
were being messy and thirsty.
They just want to be the housewife.
Because think about who they haven't said was gay. Apollo was gay. Somebody else was gay.
Bitch, for a second, can we talk about this? When the trailer first dropped, people were DMing me and Alex thinking that we were having an affair with Charles Oakley.
Bitch, when I tell you, it was not on my motherfucking Friday bingo card to see my face plastered next to Charles and Angela Oakley. People assuming that I'm having an affair.
It was wild.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that one up right now.
Yeah, let's clear that
There are no gay allegations this season with neither of us.
Neither of us.
And nobody's husband.
Baby.
I don't think anybody's husband on the cast is in the closet.
Nope.
And if they are, it's a different closet than the one I'm in. Yep. So
Fact.
So I can't help you.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, there was nothing alluding, alligating to anything.
No gays.
Where any husbands were in any relationships with any men
there was no.
at all.
No.
So let's just clear that one all the way
Because
up.
I've seen that so much. And
I've seen it a lot, and it was so weird.
It is so off basis.
And it's like, I hate that, like, one person says one thing, and it just takes off like that. And it's like, did y'all fact check it?
No.
Like, you just, like, literally just said some shit. So there's definitely nothing with that. Obviously, there was a lot of moving parts into why you saw what you saw at the end of the trailer. Alex and I are only allowed to speak so much about our experience filming on the show. We cannot obviously divulge any storyline stuff, but clearly you can see that we don't have the best interaction with Angela and her husband and something to do with their marriage. We can all insinuate that from everything we've seen. But there's a lot of other moving parts there, which I'm sure in due time will come out. So
what we bring to the table is not Charles is sleeping with neither of us. That is not it.
No,
sorry. And I'm going to say that closer to the mic, just in case you didn't hear me. We are not bringing to the storyline that either of us are sleeping with anybody's husband.
No, not at all. So definitely not a part of the story. But overall, what did you think about the trailer? Did you think it was good?
It was so exciting. It was super, I think it's really fun when you're watching the trailer and you're watching the scenes that you know that you're in, you're a part of. And it's like, that's the really cool and fun part about reality TV. So, I mean, it was just exciting to just be like, oh my gosh, I know what this is all about. I know what's coming.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see how it's going to be edited. And then it's also, I think my absolute favorite thing about all of it, the trailer and reality TV as a whole, is when you get to see all of the things that happened at that night in an event, but the parts that you were not a part of.
Yes.
So to be like, I was in this room and over here, this was going on.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, I had no clue that was happening 3 feet away from me.
Exactly.
And I think that's really cool to get to like experience, to be like, bitch, now Charles was over there talking about me and I was over there talking about you.
Yes.
So,
for sure.
I mean, that's just exciting to see. So,
I think also it's cool to see that, you know, you just kind of see all the magic come together in a sense. Because, like, you know, I had like a moment when we were filming the finale, because I think the finale was the biggest filming thing that we did this season. And the camera crew and how many crew members were there and how many people from the network were there and how many people from the production company were there. Mind blowing. So that was also kind of crazy because you see how many people behind the scenes are there working. So I think for me that was the most interesting part, to see like there's a village there and these people know us by name and we don't know them by name.
Any of these people are.
They literally know everything about us and we're just like, hi, how are you? You know, and that's also wild to know that like somebody's job is to know exactly who you are as it relates to this show, this storyline, where you fit into it, and all those other moving parts.
No, because there's a part during the finale, and I don't know if this is going to make it, but you know, like I have an altercation with somebody's husband. And I get thrown out.
Yes.
And literally as like security is throwing me out of the event and we get like to the elevator. So the producer comes running around the corner and they're like, no, he can't go.
Yes.
I was like, oh.
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know who you are, but okay.
Literally, yes.
And then you're just like, interesting. So.
Yep. So, yeah, that's where that is. So, I'm excited to see the rest of the season. I think that obviously with everything we've seen, the reunion's going to be pretty spicy. I don't even know if we have an inkling about seating placement yet. I feel like based on my interpretation of the season, Portia and Shamir are going to be first chairs. And then it'll fall with Phaedra and Angela behind, and then Kelly and Britt, and then Drew and Cynthia. But that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Angela might snag first chair.
You think so?
She might. Okay. I know if...
Who would Angela sit across from? Portia?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the viewers were not robbed of what could have played out, I would 100% say confidently
she would have
been first chair.
Yeah.
But since there was it's about an additional 3 weeks of filming that you guys probably will never see. And if everything didn't happen the way it happened, I think I can probably say with us being ceased and desist. But with everything happening the way that it happened, you just, you know.
Yeah.
You're getting robbed. You guys really get robbed of a really good.
Y'all don't even know. I cannot wait until the season is over because we are going to talk about this shit so fucking much.
We are going to talk about it. Y'all just have no clue. Y'all were robbed.
Have no clue. This was gonna be probably top 3 epic season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It really could have been, honestly. And I'm not just saying that because we were involved in it. I'm telling you, as somebody who is a fan of the reality TV genre. Yeah, I mean, that's my opinion.
Because to be honest, so we were like, Lord, is the season about to be a flop?
We thought the season was going to be a flop.
Because we were a part of it. And we were like, oh my God, the fact that we're a part of it.
It's a flop season. I'm so embarrassed.
How embarrassing.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But no, when I tell you, like, there is such...
There's some moments that
all I can say wait. This is what I can tell you 100%. Season 17 is going to blow your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Just know.
Yeah.
If everybody comes back, season 17.
Yeah.
It's going. I'm not. Season 17 will probably rival like Salt Lake City. Honestly.
Yeah. It might be better than season 5 Salt Lake City with Monica. That's season 5, season 4.
It would be if we get the same cast, or it
would be like it would be an iconic season. It would be like Beverly Hills season 2. It would be Salt Lake City season 4. It would be Potomac season 5. It would be New York season 8 or whatever 7, whatever that season was when Bethany came back. It would just be one of those Atlanta season 6. It would just be one of those iconic seasons because the setup that you guys see now, when the rest of the season is over, you're really gonna see how all the parts are moving. And again, me and Alex only have our interactions with certain cast members and certain things to know certain things, but we can put 2 and 2 together. And we can see how it's going to play out here. And I think you're in store for a really resurgence in Atlanta where the girls are ready to play.
And I will say with everything that you guys won't get to see, there's such a shift in dynamics that's so unexpected.
So unexpected.
Like, so unexpected.
Yes.
Then, like, if everybody comes back, hold on to your wigs. No, baby. The horse is gone.
The horse is gone?
The horse is gone, baby. Hold on to the wig.
We're not doing Cowboy Carter anymore.
When I tell you season 16, this is going to be an alley-oop. If we can get all the girls back for season 17, it's going to be an alley-oop to season 17. Because season 17, y'all are going to be getting knocked around.
Every scene. Every episode. Baby, y'all gonna be ready.
It hasn't even started filming and I can just tell y'all, it's just, let me tell y'all, because just some shit happens. Like, when I tell you, it's like some shit that we were like, and then when we were like that, then somebody else gagged us with some more tea, and then we were like...
It's wild. I will say this, too. This is totally different from TLC, too, because TLC, you film the show... You film the season, it's over, and then that's kind of it until it airs. We filmed this 10 months ago, and I feel like we have been in so much since the 10 months. It literally feels like we've been filming for a whole year, just with how much has been going on.
Anybody who wants to say they're like, oh no, it's not real.
No,
it's real. And the girls are very much so at work until the reunion is done.
Oh, that's it.
So even though the show is like airing right now and cameras are down, they still at work. And when I tell you, it all still pulls together for what happens next season. So like when I tell you,
they're playing Hunger Games right now.
They are playing the Hunger Games. And baby, let me tell you,
some of these girls ain't gonna make it.
Some of these girls are not gonna make it, but you got some real formidable opponents out there. Let me tell you, there is going to be, when I tell you season 17, you're gonna see a couple of girls, I think, fighting for that crown.
Yes.
To be that HBIC center peach.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what season 17 is gonna bring. We're gonna be sitting back watching with our popcorn, baby.
Sitting back watching with our popcorn, telling you guys all the inside tea.
Yes,
because we gonna know.
Yeah.
You know we gonna.
So yeah, that's where we're going to leave it. Super excited. Can't wait for you to see us in the flesh and not just the back of my bald head. And continue to stay tuned. Obviously, again, follow us on our TikTok page, follow us on our YouTube page, and listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcast at, and continue to cue the chaos. Bye, guys.